excited to play in like minus 10-degree weather and minus 20 or whatever wind chill it's going to be on Saturday?
Yeah, I am excited. It's going to be my first time playing in that weather, so it's going to be fun.
Just other than week one of this year, what are some of the more notable weather games you've been a part of at any point?
Week one, I mean, it felt like at the beginning of the year, like all of our games were supposed to rain. So, but of course, week one, I think we played Wisconsin 2019 at Ohio State. It was a little bit rainy that game, but week one was just crazy, where it was just crazy downpour. But yeah, I think that was pretty much the only one.
We've seen the last couple of weeks during timeouts and stuff, somebody would come put the big jacket on you when you're standing out there on the field. Does that help you feel better at all, or?
It's just the wind, like. Once that, the cold isn't a big deal, but once the wind starts going, like that's when it gets cold. But like 20 degrees, no wind, I mean, you're fine out there. But the wind, of course, makes it, cold. So. Yeah.
Any lessons you take from playing in that crazy rain week one that you might apply if it's snowing and wet again?
Just take care of the ball. Of course, they fumbled on like first, second drive, so I think that's the biggest thing is just ball security.
How would you describe your development this season, specifically when it comes to keeping your eyes downfield as you're scrambling?
I mean, yeah, I think it's been pretty good. Of course, I always try to do that. Scrambling, unless, the grass is right in front of me and it's 3rd and 5 and I can just run for the first down. But yeah, I mean, I always try to, keep my eyes downfield and, try to find an open receiver downfield.
Are you noticing anything with defenses maybe creeping up a little bit more? I guess I'm just looking at the Byron Pringle touchdown the other day because it seemed like just getting outside, balls can come in more and you're able to see it.
Yeah, I think it happens in more, zone coverage where they have, eyes towards me. But, defenses that, play man-on-man, they're pretty much going to stick with their defender unless they, hear the crowd yell or something. And that means, that that I'm, scrambling or, somebody else has gotten the ball. But, zone coverages where they, have eyes on me and they might lose a receiver or something like that. They open that opportunity more for, keeping my eyes downfield and, finding somebody down there. But man coverage, if you get a guy that's a DB or a defensive back or a linebacker that's, playing, man coverage on their guy and they're sticking with them the whole time, you don't really get as many of those, ops downfield.
Justin, when you put on the tape and you watch yourself with those electrifying runs that then end up all over the place, what do you see when you watch yourself in that light?
Just see me making plays and kind of just see it, happening. I don't really plan it before it happens. It just, ends up happening. So, yeah, I mean, just trying to be smart in that decision. And, like I was telling Colleen, it was just, it really just happens in a matter of a second, like a split second, to where, my first initial thought is I'm trying to protect myself. I'm not trying to take any big hits. And then if I see a little crease or something like that, I might, try to, hit that crease just for, extra yards or try to, break one tackle. But, yeah, I mean, my first thought when running is just, protecting myself and not taking big
talk
hits.
about improving in the passing game and stuff like that, but you mentioned even at Ohio State you weren't running as much as you are now. Have you seen yourself improve as a runner just from the start of the season as well?
Yeah, and I think I've definitely improved as a runner, and I think just, myself as a person is just, or myself as a player, it's just, adaptation. So, of course, I've had to run a little bit more this year, so I think, my body's adapted to that, and, of course, it's gotten better at running. So, just trying to adapt to the game and, adapt to, what I need to do to help my team win.
How do you feel physically, Justin? This will be the most amount of games you've played in the season. It's a long season in the NFL, so with 3 games to go, how do you feel physically?
I feel good, just trying to, stay on top of my recovery and, making sure my body feels good, when it's game time.
You had a scramble, I think, in the first quarter, and it looked like, from what I saw, that you were objecting to getting hit in the head by Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah.
Slide. What did you think when you saw it on replay?
I mean, it's just been too many times where I've gotten slid and hit too late, and I don't get flags. So, I mean, at this point in time, did you not hear me? Or?
I didn't. I missed that part.
I said it's been like just too many times this year where, I felt like I've gotten hit late or something like that, and there's been no flag. So, I mean, I'm gonna be on the refs, just looking for a call. But when I think it's a flag, then I'm gonna ask the ref. And on Sunday he said that he didn't think it was a foul. But yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna be begging for those calls and just hope that I get one in the near future. So yeah.
Justin, that one specifically though. When you
I mean, I thought I don't know. I felt like I was down, and then I just felt a 300-pound guy, come on the back. So I'm like, well, pause. But nah, I just gotta. I don't know. Just gonna ask those refs for those calls. But yeah.
Is Josh Allen somebody that you watch film of or study at all?
No, not really.
Justin, it seems like every week there's a player on the opponent who is very complimentary of you, and this week, the latest was Darius Slay. What does it mean to you when peers on the other team are saying, wow, the Bears got something with this guy?
Yeah, means a lot, especially coming from a player like him. He's a great, defensive player. He's been a great player in this league for a long time. So, just hearing that from him, it's an honor. Of course, he's played a lot of teams. He's, played against a lot of QBs. So, it's definitely great to hear that.
Since another good defense coming to town this weekend, what have you seen in Buffalo that jumps out at you? I don't know how deep you are into their studies on the short week and everything.
Yeah, they have a great defense. Of course, they've had a great defense, and every time I think of Buffalo, I think of last year preseason when I got my helmet knocked off. But they have great front seven. Safeties are great. Of course, Michael Poyer, he's a great player. Their Mike linebacker, he's also a good player, and their D line, they're a force too, and I think their nickel's been playing pretty good too. So a great challenge for us. Of course we're excited, and we're excited to see what we can do. But yeah, great challenge, and I'm excited.
Your growth this season has been both measurable and visible, but there was a point in the beginning of the season where I think there were a lot of people who doubted you. I'm wondering if you ever had a moment where you doubted yourself.
Nah. I think in that point in time, I think it's just, me adapting to the game, like I said before, just me adapting to it. And then, really I've just, always taught myself, like, I'm not going to, I'm not going to take somebody's opinions to heart to, where I wouldn't get advice from you. So, no offense to people out there. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but if I'm, honestly if I'm not looking to take advice from you, I'm not going to care about your opinion or what you have to say. And I saw a video, I don't know where I saw it, it was on Instagram, to where it was like, if somebody's, talking bad about you, this and that, if they were speaking in a different language and you didn't know, what they were saying, like you wouldn't, take it any kind of way. So just kind of, look at it from that perspective to where, they can say what they want, but I mean, it's really just depends on how you take, what they say. So, I mean, if they're, I don't know Spanish, so if they're, cussing me out in Spanish, saying I'm this, saying I'm that in Spanish, I'm going to, look at them and smile because I have no idea what they're saying. But, yeah, so I think it just depends on, how you take those opinions and, if they really affect you or not.
Did you have to learn that, to take the opinions with a grain of salt? Like, at one point in time, did you take that stuff seriously?
I don't think I took it like that seriously because, I've always knew what I could do on the field and, my talent and, what I'm capable of. But I think it definitely took me some time to, get to the point to where I am now, to where I just, don't take that into account. So, thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all.